Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fantasy Flight Games Netrunner Worlds 2017.
Woo, what?
We both did awful. Yeah.
I did okay.
And we are going to be coming at you live with FFOX and a jar. FFOX is on the right-hand side of the screen, and a jar is on the left. We've got two fine Central European players here.
That's fantastic. It's Worlds.
Worlds, baby. It's not like American sports where they say it's the World Championships, like the NFL, but there's only American teams competing.
Sometimes Canada.
Sometimes Canada, too.
Do we know what IDs we are going to see?
It's CTM and Val, and I forget what FFOX is on. Oh, look at that lovely Lila Ray click tracker.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Here, I'm going to move the chat replay to a more innocuous place.
Oh, look at that nice Geist over there.
I like to have the chat replay, even though I know some people don't like it, because we don't have audio on the table, so sometimes the players in the stream chat catch things.
Yeah. We are able to see the chat. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, shenanigans. Yeah, I don't think they can. And of course, like people were maybe concerned that they'd be able to hear us, but they can't hear us.
Also, we have zero knowledge of this game. It's not gonna be helpful. I didn't. Why are you watching? This is my friend Tim. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Tim Nardone. You know Tim Nardone.
Tim, do you watch Netrunner?
No, he started watching my Twitch a while back, and then I started talking to him about Netrunner. He used to come out to Tech here as well. Remember?
Oh, cool.
That's the common thread between the three of us.
I forgot that.
Yeah, I go watch his stream. Thank you, Shen. Let me just make sure that the memes are live in Slack. Alright, so we've got CTM versus Geist. Geist is very rich.
That's an interesting matchup.
Well, I mean, if Geist can get going, he's going to be rich.
Yeah.
CTM is not on scarcity or anything, so he doesn't necessarily have any deceleration. I guess the real question is whether or not Geist has any tag avoidance besides being super rich.
Yeah, starts with a link and he starts with 6 abs, and those are both going to be very helpful in this matchup.
Sanjay. 6 abs.
Yeah.
Runneries.
I really love the alt art the full art they rigged together for CTM for the World Champs decks over there.
Yeah.
That's an interesting hand.
Yeah, we got some spice going.
Yeah, nice ways to slam the econ, but not really anything special to.
So I see a QPM, a Mumbad Virtual Tour. Looks like
Executive Bootcamp?
Executive Bootcamp and hedge fund, alt-art hedge fund in that corp hand.
That's what it looks like to me. And well, Palop, that's maybe useful.
Yeah.
That's cool tech. I didn't see that in a lot of Geist lists.
Yeah. So apparently FFG is streaming as well, so we're gonna have a total of 3 tables covered.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
Is Dutch one streaming also? Or?
No, FFG is doing top 2 tables, it looks like, and then I'll pick out some other people. So we'll have the heroes.
Fantastic.
All right. So looks like the jar mulligan.
That makes sense to me. Like, you don't want to get your QPM just taken for nothing.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you are looking for in Geist as a starting hand. I suppose now the Desperado's rotated, pretty much all Geists are on Forger.
Yeah, but you don't even really need a console in Geist.
No, your console just kind of goes back and forth.
You can just leave a hopper down or one of your 2 Maxwell James and just jam. Forger is nice as the one-time tag removal because it's like that one key asset that you need to trash against CTM. You can just eat the tag and immediately remove it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually really great that I think the best Geist deck has emerged of just having this sort of flexible link support where...
Sure.
Though actually interesting for the CTM matchup, I wonder if he's kind of piled up to help with sync with the CTM traces.
Yeah.
Yeah. How trace heavy does CTM Ice tend to be?
Not terribly nowadays.
Yeah.
It's mostly just the Ravens and the Archangels that... I mean, and Resistor, of course.
Yeah, and Raven has its own stuff besides the trace, so you can't just
Michael, the alt art is from the New Zealand meta. I got one as well. It all cost me was a beer purchased at King of Servers, but they did alt art Geist, Max, and...
Oh, sorry, were you waiting on us?
Yeah, go.
Please start, yes. So if you were waiting for them to get started, that was our fault. That explains a lot, because otherwise they were really tanking off those hands.
So, a lot of the Geist decks that we've been seeing are very good stuff. They just have a couple tech cards like Equivocation to get more value out of R&D accesses now that Miraju is around.
Yeah.
And they're usually playing the full suite of Conmen Breakers.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe Geist can be my Janksgiving ID.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Kind of nice. It looks like Geist saw the hard-hitting news off the top of R&D, which is nice, so they know to respect it. Though I would assume that at this level, you're not going to have the runners just sabotage their game to hard-hitting news. Now, CTM just scored AR Enhanced Security, which is gonna make trashing any asset
so one of the
a hassle.
Yeah, and one of the key strategies of this deck is early on you can bluff any never advanced card as the Mumbad Virtual Tour, which would just be crippling for any runner.
Yeah.
So a lot of times CTM is able to get that first AR just completely uncontested.
Yeah. So this is FFOX and Ajar. I don't know what table this is.
This is table 10.
Table 10. Nice.
We have a lot of IDs at upper tables and some people who are on some secret tech or are nervous to be on stream.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, of course.
Let me know if we lose any audio or frames start dropping. I'm back on my my hotspot. I had to pay a pound of flesh to my cell phone provider to get an additional vouch of data.
Did you bleed at all? Because if you do, you can send them to jail.
I know.
I haven't seen any Geist lists that haven't been on Off-Campus Apartment. It seems like Off-Campus Apartment Geist is the Geist. Yeah, neither of us made the cut. We finished. I finished 6-6, and Dan finished 5-7. So we didn't demonstrate just how good at this game we are.
Yeah. I audibled off of Wayland at the last minute. I had a Crisis of Faith, and then I only picked up one Corp game. So yeah. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I made a mistake.
I proved myself the world's average mom, and
the world's average mom.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Geist doing Geist things. He's playing very defensively. He's going to wait until he has his engine set up probably to really start running.
Yeah, because like you're saying, Geist is rich, but Geist is certainly not rich yet. And that's a big deal.
Well, Dan, did not make day 2. Dan Giorgenio did not.
I think they were asking about us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, this is cut to day 2. This is the top 54.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's 2 tech traders down. That's a big deal.
Is there a conflict if I just break the properties?
Yeah. So I still like win the ring.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's interesting in this matchup is that Geist is going to be rich, but it takes a little bit of time to get going. And so it's interesting. What we got to see is how much pain, how much success, and how much setup, and how much pain CTM can set up before Geist is rich.
Well, the conflict is yeah, it's just reacting there.
Yeah, I think Michael in the chat has a pretty good assessment of how this is going. That AR security is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal.
But this is a good draw for Geist.
Well, it's worth noting that since the ice is really porous on controlling the message,
Yeah.
he doesn't have to ever really trash anything.
Yeah.
He just has to be able to clear tags when hard hitting comes down and be able to get access to R&D.
That's true. I suppose most CTM lists aren't on Zealous Judge, right?
No.
Yeah, as cool as that would be.
Most of them are they're playing because they want to just grind down Shaper Economy, maybe Best Defense and Misdirection, and just grind them down so they can't clear tags.
That makes sense. That sounds nice though, right? Zealous Judge CTM? You're welcome.
That one's free.
Yeah.
All right, Forger's down so he can avoid 1 tag, so if he decides that there's something he needs to trash, he can do it. Little tiny like fluff things that I love, that Forger is the only non-unique console in the game.
One cool thing with Geist here is that Geist can be below 5 credits, but so he can run into MVTs and not lose his money, but still have virtual money in the form of his Fall Guys and other stuff that he can trash.
Yeah,
that's a really interesting interaction.
Yeah, and that's gonna be what FFOX is gonna need to do, because what's gonna eventually happen is CTM's gonna set up the remote with maybe a couple pieces of ice, and then just an MVT and windmilling agendas. So he's always going to need to try to access the agenda with $4 for the MVT, and then use other cards to money up for the hard hitting news.
So we just saw the Moonbud Virtual or the Bankers Union get trashed, despite
the tags.
Yeah, despite the tag punishment, which is oh cool. All right.
And it looks like he beat the trace, but took the AR tag.
No, I think he took both.
Oh, he took both?
Yeah. So he has 1 more tag, and
he's probably going to drop that, use the Fall Guy, and then clear the tag.
Well, I think so. Right now he had $0, and he really wanted to put the tech trader down before he popped the Forger to remove 1 tag, but he wasn't able to do that because he didn't have the credit.
Right.
So just a little bit of awkward.
He's doing okay.
Oh no, he's doing great.
He's doing great.
Now, is Dean Lister worded such that it's only during a run? Can you boost Mongoose at any time if you just need 3 credits?
I have no idea.
In an emergency?
I believe it's during a run.
Okay.
It's during a run, but it's for the whole turn.
Sure. Oh, really? Huh.
I believe it's for the whole turn.
Yeah. I'm
No.
curious to know if that
run.
Dean Lister is on the man 3 credits or not.
Yeah, the bindividual. That's what Geist is. He's the bindividual.
Yeah. He's our friendly neighborhood trash man.
I made him stabilize.
Yeah, my very first Geist list that I
Whoa,
ever.
look at that hand.
Hard hitting.
Hard hitting.
My very first Geist deck had the song from The Simpsons, the Garbage Man Can.
Nice.
3 more guys.
All right, so he's just saying, I will vamp myself to vamp you.
Yeah. Who are participating get
and that's an interesting proposition against Geist. Now, Geist looks like he's under $8, and
now it's worth noting, coming into this Worlds meta, he may have slotted 1 off on the Lamb.
True.
And if he has that, he gets to clear the tags for free, functionally.
Yeah.
And then 2 more for the last tag.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, because on Lanham's trash can ability, yeah.
part of the card.
I don't see On the Lam.
Well, the good news is this CTM deck I'm pretty sure doesn't run Boom, and there's nothing to exchange, but obviously he doesn't want to leave any tags because things are going to get very real for his backline.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he was wise enough. All 3 tech traders are not on off-campus apartment.
True. I don't, though if he's on All Seeing Eye, that's possibly game ending. Yeah, I believe he was on 4 credits, so he went D-tag, D-tag, credit, credit.
I'll go check it out.
Okay.
Thank you,
thanks.
Bottom.
Yeah, thank you. So CTM doesn't really have the money to do as much damage as they would quite like. Certainly, I'm sure the Geist player is feeling very good right now that they did not see an All-Seeing Eye.
Yeah. Also, now that there's multiple streams, you can get the full cyberpunk effect by watching multiple vid screens at one time. You know, really recreate your favorite NBN cards.
Yeah. Or Plan B.
Oh.
Speaking of which, if there's anyone who participated in Worlds, I've only had one person tell me about them being on a B deck, so they're the current front runner.
For Team B?
Yeah, for Team B. There's a B pin on the line. It's important. I have not seen anybody do the alternate ability on NASX, and it is so delightful if you can pull it off.
I used to do it all the time in Gagarin.
It's really fun.
So he got rid of the off-campus apartment with trashes.
Yeah, instead of going for the tech traders, which makes sense.
Right, the off-campus helps him accelerate towards solutions.
Yeah, that I don't know how much of a tough choice that was from the CTM players.
And he just
perspective.
scores out the deal while FFOX has to kind of dig.
Yeah, perfect scoring window. Plus he has 2 assets dripping in cards. So, pretty amusing right now that both the Corp and the Runner are on absolutely 0 credits. This is a game about money, and there is no money here.
Looks like there's an upgrade. So do we think that's the Mumbad virtual tour that we saw earlier on R&D, or do you?
I don't know what other upgrades.
I don't think the more popular CI is on Bernie's Mai or anything like that.
I don't think they should be either. Yeah.
All right, so he's just saying, I'm gonna clear tax and get some money back to you.
Shen's asking about the flippy red-black tiles. Those are click trackers. Every turn, you get a certain number of actions, and that's how they're tracking the actions, just so their opponent has a clear idea of what they're doing on their turn.
So in Netrunner, unlike Magic or Hearthstone, where you have an ascending amount of resources, but then you can do an unlimited number of actions in a turn, Netrunner, there's no recurring economy engine. So you're limited to 4 actions if you're a runner, and you get a mandatory draw and 3 actions as the Corp base.
Yeah.
So in that way, they have to somewhat limit how many actions people can take because it's an unscripted game.
Yeah, and basically one interesting thing with the game is that you basically can't do too much without the your opponent responding. So he scored out 15 minutes, which is
Not
puts
great.
him on 4 points.
We've got 4-0.
I screwed up.
So the new off-campus is going down. He's going to call in favors.
Whoa, that's cool. I mean, I suppose that's just worth
3.
3 credits. So,
I mean, if you need it,
Well,
you need
yeah.
it. I mean, he's gonna maybe have at least one other pass through the deck.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
Now having more money at this very instant
Is very
than the
good.
CTM deck, because they're on 4 points. If they had a money advantage, they could install advance, and you either go get it and get wrecked, or don't get it and potentially lose the game.
Right.
So it's really smart for the Geist player to do what they can to like fix that money discrepancy.
Yeah. And another sword or something to break.
Yeah,
it.
I think you had enough to break it there. Yeah.
And she was gonna get discarded, so I wasn't gonna lose the void.
Yeah.
And I could save him another.
Yeah.
Toll
And
Booth.
the one jerk I was able to.
Toll Booth is the late game drain for CTM that slows people down. Unless you're stealth.
Yeah. Fun trivia fact that I learned from the very excellent podcast, The Source. Toll Booth is one of 3 cards to be in every World's winning deck. Every World's winning corp deck. The other 2 are Enigma and Hedge Fund.
Turns out Toll Booth's a really nice ice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, so that's a Maxwell James going down. So he's telling Ajar that if he tries to do a remote play, he's gonna have to armor up that HQ2.
Yeah.
Almost a bit like but that is many games.
Mongoose is a fine solution as a one-of in Geist, just so you don't have to use your conspiracy breakers on You're breaking and entering tools on like weenies like Cobra and stuff like that.
There's even those, yeah. Or they assassinate when they shouldn't and just burn through their honor.
I wonder if Geist is on Amakula.
I would say it's probably unlikely. I would say more likely a lot of these decks are not running any AI. They're using Maxwell James as their AI breaker.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. It's not good enough, but Mongoose is also very nice in Nero. Because you get in a little bit over your head with just the little Weasley guy trying to save you from these nasty sentries.
All right, so we see another hard-hitting news coming down. Now, I think he may have done a little bit of a miscalculation here just because he is at 2 link, or he's just going to eat it, okay?
Yeah, I think he has enough to make it, though. He's not going to have a lot of credits left over to punish Geist.
These resets are feeling very rough though for Geist.
Yeah.
Like having these money resets to clear these tags.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't struck one time, and CTM is just dripping 2 credits a turn and resetting the clock on Geist over and over again.
Yeah, because one of the things here is that Geist, the more set up Geist is, the more money he can get. And the quicker he can get that money. And so if you are able to slam Geist before he's getting, he's taking his time recovering from last turn Geist ran HQ, I believe.
Yeah, I
saw the Toll Booth.
I think one of the real issues here also is CTM knows that in a long game, he can just kind of outlast Geist, and so he's just dragging him through the mud over and over again and preventing Geist from getting to his inevitable mid and late game.
Yeah.
I heard a Thomas laugh.
Nice. BJ Mark is not sure that there's a run in the last turn. I don't recall. I thought that was the last turn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we see a peddler coming out.
That's great. Oh wow, that's just that's 6 credits and 3 cards for nothing. That's incredible. Though I guess actually for the Fall Guy you're gonna. Oh no, okay. So one of the things with Fall Guy, especially when you're on off-campus apartment, is that it's tempting to give up on the Fall Guy value of getting those credits just to keep your off-campus apartment safe.
Right.
And I think, interesting. We see an Underworld Contact, which I don't know if is always seen in Geist.
We've been seeing more of it this tournament because it gives him that late game economic staying power.
Yeah.
Since this build has 3 real breakers, the Underworld Contacts add to that late game inevitability, and since it's in a Calling in Favors deck, then on a critical turn in the late game, they could just say calling in favors.
Yeah,
I have all of the money dollars.
Yeah. So, did we miss some tech traders getting trashed?
Yeah, 2 tech traders got trashed.
Sorry.
All right. So
I'm sure the Geist player didn't miss it.
So, do we think that's a toll booth on R&D or a resistor?
I think it's an Enigma. That was
have we seen a single breaking and entering breaker in this deck? I don't think that we have.
No.
So
I love that because I don't like those cards.
Really?
You just have to put so many of them in your deck. It just fills up all your deck slots. You want to put cool cards in there, and you already used up all your cards.
Are you not a individual?
I like trashing stuff. I like street peddlers.
All right, so we've got a sports car going down. Yeah, I think maybe this is a regular breaker and just value backline cards.
Yeah, that Bankers Union right now is a big deal because Geist is not in a position to deal with that right now. And CTM can back up that threat because they have that hard-hitting news in hand, it looks like. And Geist has done a pretty good job so far of keeping CTM's money from really running out of hand, but if the Commercial Bankers Group gets going for 2 or 3 turns, then that's pretty hard to do.
Yeah. I really feel like I think we saw an on the lam at one point. I really feel like that on the lam's got to go down to give FFOX a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah. Though importantly, with those tech traders gone, the on the lam is just a little bit less effective.
I mean, it's still better than hard clearing the text.
Absolutely. Interesting that we see another ice on R&D. I suppose with that daily business show, CTM really is not seeing more agendas than they want to be seeing.
Right. So R&D is where the agendas are.
Yeah, I imagine that's the toll booth out on.
So Fall Guy goes down.
Of course, like you were saying, we have to respect Maxwell James here, so that toll booth isn't going to do anything if HQ is undefended.
Correct. No, Maxwell James is just a remote, I thought.
No, I know, but if HQ is undefended, that toll booth on the remote...
Oh, it doesn't do anything, yeah.
Yeah. Or what we're assuming is a toll booth on the remote. It could be anything.
Good luck today, Wolfie. Good luck. Wolfie, good luck. Good luck today. I said good luck. Your sacred mission is to beat Abram.
Oh, no pressure.
No pressure.
You know, it's interesting. Actually, let's see what's going on in the game.
Okay, so we got double cars, so he's not doing terrible.
Yeah.
Traces are tilting strongly in Geist's favor. He's now at a base link of 4, which means hard-hitting news is just a pure throw money into it trace.
And that's one of the reasons why that early AR security is such a big deal, because even with the 4 link, CTM's still playing their game.
Yeah, AR gave CTM a lot of game against link decks instead of it just being an auto loss.
Yeah, because I think for most NBN decks, losing breaking news means they don't have that early threat, but CTM still sort of has it because AR security is such a big deal for them.
I watched somebody in yesterday's rounds score 2 of those, and it's just like you can't trash anything the rest of the game. If you're any kind of honest runner, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if you're an honest runner, what do you mind if the corp knows where you are?
Okay. Well, yes, thank you. All right, so I see an Abagnale. I see a legwork, it looks like. There's the levy. He's just gonna say we gotta
find those tech traders.
Yeah, we gotta find the tech traders. We gotta restart.
And I imagine a deck like this is only on 1 levy. Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe only one. I feel like if it's your restricted card, maybe you dedicate 2 slots to it.
Yeah. I suppose if we'd been counting influence, we might know.
Ooh, do you know what would be really cool if you were going to do this type of Geist?
Yeah.
You could almost do clone chips again. Because
because
they're
you're
just
not-
normal
yeah.
influence again.
Yeah, true. I mean, you are gonna if you're building it. I think you could always. See, let's think about what the influence is.
So-
they're on probably 3 off-campus apartments.
So that's 3.
influence.
So let's say 2 levies for the sake of argument. So that's another 6.
Do we think
so
they're
that's
on
9.
paperclip? I think I saw a paperclip.
Yeah, so that's 9. Paperclip makes 12.
Yeah. We count for the levies already.
Yeah, I counted the levies already.
So 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is there a Guardian?
Oh, he's on just good breakers.
Wow, not even the supposedly good Abigail.
Well, I mean, Abigail looks like his backup breaker, and it still has a trash ability as a bypass to get past
Yeah,
Soul
that's
Proof.
pretty funny.
It's a 4-cost inside job.
I guess with the calling in favors, it seems tempting to have 2 levies just because your deck is, you get those money cards recycling. That can be a pretty big deal.
It's worth noting, things like Dean Lister are really good for Mongoose, like super good for Mongoose.
Yeah. Now it's actually nice that that Geist was able to find the paperclip because I don't know if CTM happens to have any barriers down, but it always feels bad when you have your paperclip in your heap and then you have to levy, and all of a sudden where'd your paperclip go?
Right. And I think one of the interesting things also to consider about this Geist deck is if he was against the non-yellow deck, almost everything would be going on the off-campus apartments, and he'd be ripping through his deck much more quickly.
Yeah, well, probably if he wasn't up against yellow, he'd still have 3 tech triggers.
Right, but you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're up against purple, for the most part, you're just like...
Yeah. Because the CTM deck is all about messing with their economy. I think I thought I saw Cyberx Fire Suites on top. It's a surprising include for CTM, but I might have just missed it.
It's probably for counter surveillance.
Ooh. It's also possible that I just wasn't able to identify the art correctly.
So we see another Underworld Contact.
Yeah, I love it.
Unfortunately, he's not putting... That feels good.
Oh, nice. That's a big deal. He still has not been able to trash the commercial bankers group. And if you look at this now, our big mega corporation really has a huge money advantage on
That's
core.
understating it somewhat.
Yeah.
We're in late stage news capitalism here, and it's not looking very good for guys.
Yeah. Now that being said, once you're over 8 credits, I don't think CTM is a deck that can really hurt you quite as much if you're hard hitting news.
Right.
So if you can recover from losing 8 credits every once in a while, you're okay.
Right. And as long as there's no Shannon Claire in play, you're not going to get hard hitting news ad nauseam.
Every turn, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know what's in the remote. That's pretty exciting. Oh, who is on CTM and who's on Geist?
FFOX is on Geist and Ajar is on CTM.
Perfect.
You don't have to whisper; they can't hear us. Like when I was talking to Wilfie, he couldn't hear us, so that means they definitely can't hear us.
Yeah, that was nice of Wilfie to
be my sound check.
Yeah. Wilfie of the Winning Agenda.
Yeah, he signed my playmat.
That's awesome. I haven't talked to him, but he does a really good show, and he's doing really well in Worlds.
Yeah, really good.
He finished second at the end of day 1.
Yeah. Only outmatched by Abram Job, otherwise known as the Big Boy, who refused IDs and went undefeated in Swiss.
Nice. Yeah, and it's the weekend, so you can come to tournaments.
Yep, this is Abram's first major in-person tournament.
That's awesome.
So he might go from net celebrity to regular celebrity.
Yeah. It's like that,
he's not top decking, Geist plays cards to be able to, whenever he uses any of his disposable cards, he gets to draw a card. So the whole idea is you used your power cards to make money while setting up. So it's basically a deck that strives to never lose tempo.
Yeah.
Now, the price you pay for that is everything that you have is disposable, whereas other factions that play permanent cards, they have permanent long-term value from those cards, but then you lose tempo when you use them or install them, usually.
Yeah. And top decking is a Netrunner, or is a Magic the Gathering term also, where you're drawing one card turn and you're like, is this the card I need? And in Netrunner, you get your 4 actions as the runner. You can use each of those 4 actions to draw a card. So if you really need to find something, you can dedicate all your time towards doing that. In a way that,
you can't really do in Magic or Hearthstone,
where
you're
sometimes
minimized
you're like,
to a single
it's
draw.
another island. I really needed a thing that did something right now. Yeah, so right now the Corp is on 4 points.
That's correct.
The runner is on 0 points.
Alexis, do you have plans for the immediate future, or do you want to jump on next round? Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I'm just here.
Yeah, there's a lot of money on my playmat right now.
I hope you provided these nice people with enough poker chips.
I think we might run out pretty soon.
Yeah.
There's only 5 10s. And we've got money. This is what we like to affectionately call Money Runner.
Yeah.
I mean, Geist is safe.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing about, so
what he can do, what he can do is like if he installs an agenda in the remote and then just hard hittings as the last turn, he could basically tell Geist, clear the tags or contest this agenda.
Right.
Because Geist, but the Forger does help him have 1 additional click to contest the remote. He still doesn't have all of his breakers down though, and there we go. Oh, you were right, he is on Makua.
Good with that Dean Lister guy. I didn't see a lot of Amakua today.
I'm loving this deck. I'm loving this deck there.
Yeah, it seems really cool.
I mean, I had a smoke win yesterday against the CTM deck where I just let them have $1 billion. It's like, why are you letting me have all this money? And I was like, tap room, double side con.
Oh, that was nice of you.
Yeah. I mean, money for me, money for you. I'm all about peace in our time.
Yeah. Some people are.
Some people are. I know you hate that card.
It's a good card. I just don't like it in the only decks I'm playing.
This back line for Geist is making me so happy. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
Oh, now there's a drug dealer in play too?
Absolutely. This game's a bad influence on the children.
Okay, we've got... he has to be digging for another breaker or maybe a legwork,
One thing that's cool about this deck is that it seems sort of like a hybrid between the kind of Underworld Context deck you would build with Andy when Andy was legal, and classic Geist stuff, because
you got good individual stuff.
Yeah, because Geist is easily the best one-link criminal.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ian is hands down the second best one-link criminal. And Nero is easily my favorite one-link criminal. It is a fidget spinner. There's this mechanic in Netrunner called Games, where both the Corp and the runner bid either 1, 2, or 0 credits.
It's rock, paper, scissors, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, except the amount of money you have sort of influences it. And so as a joke, they made fidget spinners that have a 0, 1, or 2, so you can secretly bid. And I think it's very funny.
All right, so let's get back in here. So there's a Turnpike on HQ. He's finally getting his first access.
Yeah, it's been a while. Turnpike's not a big deal, right? With all that link.
Yeah. Don't take any tags or GFIs.
Yeah. That's a good agenda suite for exchange of information to have scored. You just give that 15 minutes over, take that away.
Tastes good. Yeah, CTM's in a position of very high strength right now.
Now, are they? Because it's going to be hard to really harm Geist with as much money as Geist has. That's an IP block. That's not going to do much of anything, right? Oh, it is, because of the Amaqua. I guess that's why you don't play Amaqua, kids.
He's going to go get Clippy.
Yeah, as you do. Now, you could even consider installing over the Amaqua with that install.
I maybe would make that play, but I'm not in day 2. You know, maybe he's counting on the value for later.
Yeah, it looks like he might have missed a turtle counter. That's hard.
He's going to remove the tag, so if it's a QPM, he can get
Oof. So that's devastating.
He's playing. Is there a way you can put it on?
Yeah, it's FFO. I mean, I can put it on, yeah.
Okay, I can't send me the text.
Oh, sure.
Give me 1 second. Sanjay will keep commentating while I set up everything else.
So that was a devastating run.
Oh, it looks like
You got the concession. Yeah, because so what just happened there? If you weren't following, the CTM list was able to bait Geist into remote that had a Moonbot Virtual Tour, and between the tag that that Geist got from the IP block and the tag and the 2 tags that Geist got from trashing the Moonbot Virtual Tour, which is from both the AR enhanced security and from the native CTM ability. That was just too many tags for Geist to deal with, and basically then CTM's in a position to just completely shut Geist down for the rest of the game. Now it looks like the opposite side we're seeing, Ajar, I believe, is on Valencia Estevez. Her 50-card deck, 1 bad publicity, which means every time she makes a run, she gets credit to spend during that run. Flavor-wise, she's a journalist trying to stick it to bad corporations.
FFOX's O is 0, right?
I think so.
Well, there's one easy way to find out.
Oh, wait, we need a... and on the other side, we have cerebral imaging.
Yeah, it's a 0.
And cerebral imaging, of course, is they have maximum hand size equal to the number of credits they have, and it's a very versatile ID. Cerebral imaging more or less is always trying to assemble some kind of combo because having a big hand size lets you do that. Though what that combo is going to be is not. You don't know just from looking at the ability. And truthfully, that's something powerful about CI, that you know that they're probably interested in fast advancing agendas, though that's not even always the case. But you look at across the table from you, and you don't know exactly. You know you need to be dealing with something, but you don't quite know what. And there's some universal things towards dealing with CI that are true regardless. Like especially later in the game, HQ tends to get more dense as the corp is playing cards but not installing agendas. Yeah, so probably the biggest. What would you say the biggest CIs that we're seeing right now?
The brain rewiring.
Yeah,
combo.
there's of course brain rewiring combo where you score brain rewiring and a show of force, which kills the runner. I've seen a lot of CIs that are just on trying to get 7 points in one go, or score out a efficiency committee and then get 5 points later. A lot of them are on MCA, austerity policy, which lets the corp get a lot of clicks and score out a bunch of agendas. I've also seen Estelle Moon CIs. I don't know if any of those did that well, though that's a pretty cool list too. David, I don't know if we saw any APOC Val. I don't know if APOC Val is still an archetype, is it?
It's tougher. It's a lot tougher.
Yeah, especially without blackmail. I think probably the main APOC ID out of Anarch is probably
That's a good call.
It's probably Omar.
Shen, he told me to put the chat over the logo.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah, because that's not an area of the play space that's being used.
Well, it looks
very
like they're
often.
using the money. They're putting the money there, right?
I mean, but yeah.
Yeah. We can probably go up around there because CI is probably not going to make a bunch of remotes.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't like me having it on there, but there's a lot of people who ask for it after the fact because there's a lot of stuff that the chat catches that isn't necessarily readily apparent.
Yeah. So we just saw reverse accounts, which is pretty exciting. That usually goes with Brian Stinson. So not all CI lists are on Brian Stinson.
But this one definitely is?
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So we have a Jeeves, which just makes CI even more efficient than they already are.
A jar is sitting so still, it makes me think that like that side of the camera is frozen. Look at that.
Yeah, I think that happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then he has another click. Is that an MCL start? Is that a blink? Is that luxury short? Is that mix? No. Looks like FFLX might have installed a 3.2 there, which is, that's pretty cool because when you can just score out, when you can rush out an early 3.2, it just makes.
So we're going for the HQ access and the Amakua token here. He sees the shipment from 10 and he now knows he needs to try to get a run in every turn if he can.
Yeah, which is, especially if he's on Brian Stinson, can be burdensome.
Yeah. He does have bad pub, which is going to help him trash some of these lower cross accents. Assets. I can talk sometimes.
Yeah, it looks like HQ is actually empty right now because the only agenda went into that remote. So it makes sense to take these accesses, but they're not going to work out. Oh, hey, that is an agenda.
Hey, you know what's a really good strategy against CI? Just pick agendas out of their hand.
Val's on 4 points. I missed the first score. I apologize.
Yeah, it happened right on the very first turn. He just went into HQ and picked it.
Was I just talking about some nonsense while that was happening?
Probably.
I apologize. Hey, now everybody's got points. It's one small downside of CI when with these clearances that they sometimes don't have complete control over what their agenda density is in HQ.
Right.
Before the order starts.
6 points for Val.
Oh.
FF4X is in a rough place right now.
Yeah. And he doesn't have a lot of money, it looks like. Oh, let's see. I don't think he's anywhere close to having enough money to assemble any kind of combo.
This is tough.
Oh, wow, what a turn. So he just, ultraviolet level clearance.
Got the Jeeves click.
Got the Jeeves click. Used the ultraviolet install to install Brian Stinson. Flipped Brian Stinson and replay that ultraviolet clearance. This
For
time,
no cost.
For no clicks, no and nothing. Just get the cards, install a thing. So now CI is super in business.
Yeah, he's.
That said, CI's on has already given up 6 points, so their one agenda is the game. And so the question now is that I'm asking in my mind is this did that play enable CI to do whatever its thing is? I still don't know what its thing is.
I think we may be seeing a Sandberg right here.
Maybe.
Because it's worth noting, if he's on a Sandberg lockout build, Val might not ever get another agenda.
Yeah. It's really interesting with Brian Stinson being an upgrade that it's a high value card that you need to deal with, but you can protect it and some other thing in the same remote.
So we have a Clippy going into the trash.
And that's what barriers do you think CI's usually on? This list certainly is probably not on Ashigari.
No, it probably is definitely on Ashigari.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, with Stinson.
Okay.
We'll see. barrier-wise, probably if they are on a Sandberg play, probably vanillas, just because you get the most value and you don't tap into your Sandberg money.
That makes sense.
I mean, I could be off the wall and completely wrong as well. But Val now has to realize that, like, whatever is... There we go. There's the efficiency committee scored.
Nice.
He biotic'd it with the Jeeves.
Yeah. And so it looks like CI is not trying to, for this game, they're not gonna.
They're gonna replace
they're
an
not gonna
honest
win.
net runner.
They're not gonna win in one big flourish. They're
Spare Jeeves just went into the bin.
easy discard. They're just gonna back the plane onto the runway nice and slow.
Yeah.
Or you don't back planes onto the runways. Oh, and indexing out of Val.
Ooh, the Turing.
That's fascinating. Was that click one?
A lot of the vowels are. Oh no, he's got it. A lot of the vowels are on one of indexing to help close the game.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Now is that?
Wait, let's look. Is there an agenda in there? I don't think there is one.
I don't see one.
Yeah, I don't see one.
Wow. That's got to be demoralizing.
That's a
for
bad
HR,
whiff.
right?
He went broke.
Yeah, and Stinson's back online now.
Yeah. So because the L5R people got to it first, I didn't get to get a 2017 deck box, but I did get a fine red 2016 one. So I time traveled to get this box someday.
I'm sorry we didn't hang out in 2016 when I was also here.
I know. I just decided that you weren't really worth my time.
Nice. You weren't on 10 at that time, were you?
No.
Very good.
I don't think I've ever actually played Tenon except for when we played it on stream.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Was it one of my good decks or one of my
No, it was
bad
when you
decks?
go. Say here.
Oh yeah. So there's so many things going on right now that mean that CI has an easier way of scoring out 3 more points. Those 3 efficiency committee tokens, the Jeeves, those all mean that that if CI has the tools they need, they can make this win happen. I don't know if they have a 5-3 in hand. I don't even know if they have a 5-3 in general. Some CIs I've been seeing are playing all 10, or playing 10, 10 2-pointers, and also clones are not people, which is a really neat trick. So that way they only need to score 3 agendas, but the runner needs to find 4.
Yeah. It's like a really crappy Mad Dash for the Corp.
Yeah.
And since the CI deck has so many ways to get extra clicks, you can usually squeeze the clones are not people out.
I think that's the thinking.
Turn.
Right. But this is a pretty weird situation because we know the Corp and the runner know that there's not a bunch of agendas on the top of R&D, and the Corp has got to be thinking like, what do I need to do right now to close this game?
Well, he's taken away the clicks with MCA.
That's
certainly gonna help.
Yeah.
All right, so
he's taking pokes at R&D. That's cool. Trying to see the agendas before the Corp gets them, because I don't have a total understanding of what's in CI's hand from them fanning through the cards, but I don't
saw
see a lot.
another efficiency committee in
You
there.
did? Okay, yeah.
And is that a Vitruvius?
Maybe.
Shipment from Tenon.
It's I wonder to what extent the Corp or the runners seeing the early shipment from Tenon changed the tenor of the game, or if that wouldn't have made a difference, and that's something that you play around CI anyway.
It's worth noting the CI deck with the shipment on tenants, if he can ever score that turn where Val doesn't run, if he's got double shipment from Tenon and an efficiency committee, he could just score out a 5-3.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many clearance. Oh yeah, because you can shipment from Tenon with the
right. You can install advance, and then take 2 efficiency committee counter and do the shipment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. We've got our first retracted comment.
Oh no, it's just I think they just typed something on. It wasn't secrets. For sure.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I suppose also having that Jeeves on the table means that MCA is a lot less painful for the Corp. Because one of the balancing things with MCA austerity policy is that the Corp is slowing themselves down too.
Right, but you can just do 3 of something and then use the Jeeves click.
Yeah, and so you're really not
affecting your tempo at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense, Joshua.
I feel like Val is way too broke for where FFOX it now is with this matchup.
Well, I feel like we haven't seen yet what the actual economy engine of this Val deck is, just because they've been so pressured. He's just been so pressured he hasn't had time to set up his economy. So we're going to have a lot of clicks this turn.
I think this could be it. I think he's got it. He's going to do it.
He's certainly acting with the rapidity you do when you feel like you're going to win the game.
Okay, 1. Got to make some change. 2. 3. Used an efficiency committee counter, it looks like.
Or just just get another.
But he's still got 2 clicks left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just going to be like, fat stacks.
I will be rich, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. CI's really getting there the hard way here.
I mean, but it doesn't matter, because,
Yeah, as long as they can keep the runner. So the only thing I think the main thing Val has right now is that they get random accesses on R&D. And that's pretty low value here. It certainly means that the shipment from Tenon is blank.
He just took money.
Interesting. Now it's pretty, with the Amaqua, as powerful it is.
Right, so he's armoring up.
Oh, cool. Just put the reversed accounts in the server and, I wonder what that install was. Yeah, Moomin, that's interesting, because you certainly could have used an extra click to
get the Vitruvius counter and just go get a biotic or something.
Yeah. Suppose they didn't think they needed it.
This is just some solid CI play here.
Yeah.
FFOX really clawed back from an early agenda deficit, and now he's really got control of this board state.
Yeah, this is impressive.
Oof. He's gonna say, go
not
pay.
Have enough, but he can get a little rebate on this paperclip install.
Oh, right, he could just use
with a bad pub.
He could just use Amakua.
Oh, of course he can. Right. Oh.
We always forget about the War Turtle.
Yeah.
It's a good card, I hear.
It's not bad. All right, first econ card installed of the game for Val.
Yeah, it's not great.
No.
There's a lot of that 50-card deck that she has not seen at all.
I think it's the 50-card deck and just that Val's CI's been putting
Val on the
such
hot
a
seat.
rush, on. So you got a bunch of money, 3 efficiency counters, 2 assets in the servers that we don't know what they are. a lot of resources available to this CI deck right now. They're just taking money. That seems surprising.
He doesn't have an agenda.
Yeah. Ooh. So we know that that's the reversed accounts, but
He's trying to bait him.
Yeah, but that seems like kind of bad bait. Like you would assume that if that was an agenda, they could surely a CI deck with as many cards
Or
in hand
maybe
as
he's
they have.
saying, hey, by the way, you're going to lose all your money very soon.
Yeah, gotta have money to lose money though.
Only top cut I've ever made from any event. The 69,580 deck.
Oh, that's game.
Wow. Oh wow. So Val kept getting the late accesses. That's got to be a heartbreaker for FFLX because he really seized control there. So that means HR wins both games, which puts him in a good position for the cut. Probably.
Yeah.
What were their standings?
At this stage, yeah, they were at a middle table
So
or
they're
middle
8-4?
high. Yeah. So at that stage, you don't want to split. You want to sweep.
Yeah.
Because split doesn't help either one of you make the top 16 cut. Well, we're going to be back with the next round in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun commentators.
Yeah, we're going to have Alexis Spikes are up next.
Oh, she's great.
And I'm going to see what other fine Netrunner humans I can wrestle up.
Yeah.
So stick around. We're going to be doing the next round in Swiss, and then we're also going to be doing the losers bracket. So we're going to be watching people fight for the right to party. We will be back.
We're still live though, right?
Yeah, of course we're still
Hey,
live.
hey, we're live. Hi.
Yeah. I'm just going to put up a background. Oop.
Cool.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
And girls.
Boop, boop, boo-doo.
Ba-ba-ba-da.
Boo-doo. Oh, if I do too many bars of Daybreak, do you get a DMCA takedown request?
No.
All right, cool.
It's usually not that bad, but it can get pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dude.
Boop, boop, boo-doo. Do-do-do-do.
That's the best we
Nice.
got right now.
That's still accurate, technically.
Yep.
It's day 2.
We'll be back.
Bye.
Players take turns moving the bear start. Move there. Player direction. Half the cards along with the player will move there. Player house. Then you face the card and the direction the player is to take. The player will move there along with the first one. Left to right. Bears another card in the room. Walking out.
Yeah, I mean, I really made some mistakes with dice, lots of them actually, so that's fine. CTI, CI, I put in the agendas.
Yeah. It's hard way to do it because you can flat thing out in hand, and I can see it's just, it's a score factory right now, but
Yeah.
especially how you lost 6 points. Hey.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I have to tell you one thing though. This playmat is, pardon my language, fucking irritating.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it weirded me out the whole game of the first round, of the first game. I missed guys triggers. I had cards installed because there's so much going on. I don't think I would ever play on that map again.
Okay.
Just as a reminder, because there's so much going on. It's so just distracting, really. I mean, I know it looks nice on stream because I watch your streams, but for me as a player, it was really, really hard to concentrate. It was more like those, like these pictures with something background or something, and it always got to me. I mean, second game was a little better, and once the map was covered with guys, just to let you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess
I would love to see your Geist list happen. Is that correct?
Same as Heinzel's, so probably
Well, good luck.
Thank you, and best of luck with the stream. And thanks a lot for doing all the stuff.
On the screen, of course. That's right. That's sweet. Is that a dragon? Elves, rad, no, it's a lion.
It's outside. Thomas, Tom's awesome.
No. I think it's cool.
It doesn't look like what it's supposed to be.
I guess that's the logo. That's the logo.
Right, that's the lawn.
I don't like the number of little symbols they have.
Are you ready?
Have a good one. Yeah, Windy City.
All right, everybody, we're going to be back in probably about 15 minutes with the next round of Swiss. All right. You guys are in. The mic is hot. We're gonna have Nick and Michael in for commentary today, and we've got
CTC as well.
Yep, and we've got Andre from the UK or from the Ukraine, and Chris from Team UK. This is table 6.
Okay. What's up, everybody?
And then let me bring up the comments for you guys. Everything's already running.
All right, looks like we're getting started. We got corked off.
No.
No?
It's not starting until 45.
Oh no, he's starting to start.
Well, they've started.
Ice and R&D.
Let's jump in here. Hey, everyone at home. Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream if you are just joining us. We have a matchup between Ag Infusion and that is Smoke.
That is a smoke.
Okay, so Ag Infusion starts by taking money, laying ice down on R&D. Smoke makes some money. What do you think about the Ag Infusion versus Smoke matchup?
Well, it all depends on whether or not he's got the feedback filter.
Also, if Smoke's on share, oh no. We're doing puddle style. We're getting friendly. I think if Smoke gets Central Breaker pretty quickly, that's very, very nice. Refractor's probably not a huge deal right now.
Now, against Ag Infusion, I think a really important thing is being in a position to challenge the first Nisei, right? Yeah. And a lot of times that means you have to have the ability to get 2 breakers. You need something to break an Excalibur, and you need something to break a Real Ice.
Totally right.
Yeah.
Do we know? Also, I think a big component of this one is the restricted card that's in the Smoke. Like, so if it's film trick, that is so sick.
Absolutely.
For Smoke.
Yeah.
Or Blade Strike's super good here too.
Yeah.
So.
I think most of the Smoke I saw this weekend was not on either of those, but they're really good choices for that exact reason.
Exactly.
Right. A lot of the matchups Smoke has trouble with, it's just a bit of a troubleshooter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus it's Shaper, so Shaper's gonna do that Shaper nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Alex.
Oh yeah, okay. Alex Hilson from the UK on the left.
Hi, Lori.
Okay, so we see some Econ and a Sakon come out from Smoke, SMC. Still no remote set up for Ag Infusion yet, so not in the worst position. Still has a little more time to set up before he needs to be completely ready to make a play.
I might be wrong here, but I think the Smoke player Andre has an indexing in hand.
Okay.
Yeah, indexing here looks really good. Even if he reses Excalibur, you're getting a look, and then you can force the game of
So you
where did I put it?
Yeah. Well, you could also just run to try to get him to res or bounce you. And
I think it's important to try to get that as res before you index, because the indexing is important enough in this matchup. Finding that Nisei is so crucial. It's better not to, you don't want to treat it like an en passant. You want to actually get the indexing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Checking the old hand, see what's in store.
Could be juicy. We've only seen 1 ice so far.
This is good info,
might be a little
too.
bit of fun.
Get a little preview on the remote. Okay, so a gift. A gift for you.
Everyone loves giraffes, man.
Oh, dude.
Everyone
They're
loves
so
them.
in right now.
Yeah.
No idea.
Okay, runs HQ again.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't hit something here.
Oh,
That's a
Batman
good one.
Jones.
That's a good one.
Exiting left.
Get it out.
Huge,
Get it out.
huge for Smoke.
Batty is gigantic for Ag Infusion, because then it's like it doesn't matter if you have an AI breaker, they can just dunk you.
Oh my god.
What is
That's an IT department.
Okay.
That's the
Here we
spicy
go.
tech that this Ag Infusion list is on. I've actually seen it a few games where Ag Infusion gets behind. It looks like the game is just over for them, and then they throw an IT department in a remote that the runner can't break. Like they take a scoring window, and instead of jamming a Nisei, they jam an IT department, because when it gets up to 5 counters, it is infinite. It's an infinity Nisei. You get Nisei every turn the rest of the game.
If you're watching at home, break out your TI-87 calculators, your abacuses, because we're going to have to do some math.
We need to find Set Zero. He's got like an IT department cheat sheet.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the info sheet.
It's really beautiful. It's laminated.
Discards the indexing.
Wow. Okay.
So presumably he's got to be on Sam or ShadowNet or something like that. Or
I
maybe
think
he's just like not interested, but we'll
Yeah.
have to see.
Indexing seems worth it, even if you just want him to trash that ice.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really confused why he dropped that.
We don't know the rest of his hand. Maybe he's on 2 more in his hand already. Maybe.
It looks like he has a feedback filter.
It does have,
yeah.
On
Yeah,
all the way on the right.
Yeah.
That's going to be really, really nice for on the run damage if there's any type of
Kakuga.
tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feedback filter, it seems like it might not be as good against Ag Infusion as it is against PU, say.
Yeah.
But that's until you consider if they get an Issei counter, they can run you through a Kakugo multiple times and you can't steal an Obokata, and it protects against that play.
Totally.
Yeah.
Going into the thinking tank on the right here.
It makes sense. I mean, this, even if that's just a baddie, clearing that out is good. And if it's an IT department, you absolutely want to get that out of there.
What is he sitting at? 4 maybe? How many credits?
He's
5?
on 5.
5.
Cool. 5
Yeah.
for Smoke Monster.
I don't understand why he didn't just trash it when he saw it in HQ.
He
It
was
was
on
a
3
trash.
credits,
Yeah,
I
he was
think.
Is it 4?
I think it's 4.
Yeah.
Drop some Opus. That is his restricted card.
There we go.
Hit the button.
Yeah.
Some simple math.
1 equals 2.
Using that Beth click.
Using that Beth Quick to get up to 8 credits. So hoping that 8 real credits and Smoke Stealth puts him in a position to contest this IT department.
Alright, it's flipping time. Button v button. Who's got the bigger button?
One of them scales exponentially.
That one looks bigger.
Yeah.
I'm no math guy, but you know.
We've got Alex explaining
Yeah.
the IT department math.
Yeah.
That's an important part of IT, I think.
I think some local colleges are offering degrees in IT department math if you're looking for some type of certificate. So that's pretty cool.
It's a really rigorous program.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle that.
So what do we think the ice is on the outside of IT department? Do we think this is a play by Alex to try to bait him into some nasty ice that he can't break?
I think it's probably a solid piece of ice, like like
Sithonium?
Yeah, or Sithonium. Or something. I think it's probably.
Are they running?
There's
Sithonium in this
there's
list?
only one SatCon, so he can only prevent one trash program. If the trash program wouldn't fire if he has enough money. So
Right now,
Kakugo seems great for the
Alex can definitely res it because those are 5s.
Oh yeah, he's on 18.
He's on 18.
Sweet,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, if you're resing stuff that costs 9, the money dries up at some point, but not yet. And I mean, if this IT department goes uncontested for another turn, the amount of money he's on is almost irrelevant.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're taking 4 Mopus clicks, and then we're going to use the Beth click. What's he going to do?
It's one piece.
Oh,
Deuces.
Cool. I like
Dan
it.
D'Argenio making an entrance into this feature match.
Illegal card, no sleeves, not tournament.
It's an Enigma. He reveals the Enigma, runs that server,
Okay, cool. Yep.
popping SMC to find, you think Refractor maybe?
Yeah.
Refractor.
It's
is
just
definitely a
so
possibility.
nasty.
Oh wait, we're thinking about it.
Oh,
We're
he's
rolling
thinking.
it
He's
back.
rethinking. Alex allowing a rollback. Potentially, it's just going to make the set play. We'll see.
Yeah.
So there's 3 counters on the IT department.
Currently 3, right? Because he never advanced it. So
Does anybody know the math on that?
it gives you 3, and then it gives you 4.
All right.
Yeah. There is a simple equation. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
it's a simple one.
How's it going? Are we still on game 1?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
big time.
This is gonna be a slow grind.
We have an
because
IT department.
right now it's the nightmare Ag Infusion because Smoke
other shapers can maybe get through with stim hacks or David recursion. Since Smoke is depending on network her buffs, she will get taxed out eventually.
Well, she's on Mopus here. Andre's
But like you still need stealth credits for your breakers. So eventually you will get locked out because you don't have 8 stealth credits for dagger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, memory might be an issue.
Yeah, that's absolutely a good
Theo
point
here
in the chat.
But it's a I was thinking Maw as well.
Yeah.
Most of the smokes that I've seen so far here are on the Maw.
Oh,
so.
man.
Oh, man.
Trying to close the gate. Bingo, bango.
It's getting shut.
Turn, yeah.
It's getting shut pretty hard right here.
Oh, boy. That is a number of counters on that IT department you do not want to see if you're the runner.
Yeah, we're back up to 3.
So now you're going to need 2 clicks. Because you can just ag and fission you.
Yep.
And you got to run back and have enough to get through.
Woo! I think the limiting factor right now is only 1 stealth credit.
Yeah.
So he can spend. Alex can spend 2 IT department counters to make the Enigma unbreakable.
Totally. Yeah.
The math changes as soon as Smoke finds a cloak, but that puts him at MU, unable to break anything other than code gates.
Right.
And if the ice on the outermost position of this server is something like a Tithonium, it's just a huge blowout if you try to go.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
He has got to find that Maw.
Yeah. MU of some sort, whatever console it is, Maw would make sense. That's the problem with Mopus, right? It sits there and it just sits there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can be on Mopus without an egg gear.
One is definitely nice.
Or even if you're playing, if you play CT, you can get away with it.
Yeah.
But
were there any CTs in the field?
Timmy 1 is playing CT right now, bad boy.
Oh, is he over there with CT?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's on some spicy tech.
I gotta check that out.
Some very spicy tech.
Oh.
It's a vanilla. Okay.
Right.
So it is a barrier, but not the big bad barrier we were worried about.
Right. Interesting that he throws the. Well, I guess he wants to avoid
He
the
just
nasty
wants to
doesn't
farm
need
counters
it.
here. He just wants to farm counters.
He just uses the fodder for the IT department because he can use IT department to defend it.
I was
Tony was the backup.
I was saying it's interesting that
we're up to 6 counters now, is that?
Yeah.
Or is that 7?
No, that's 6.
It's 6, okay. So he's doing dice of 5. And,
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting that he dropped the dagger and then ran.
Yeah. Probably thought the ice he's most worried about seeing are sentries, I guess. Program trashers. But it's important to remember that there are program trashers and barriers now.
The thing is, though, with only 1 stealth credit and all those IT department counters, there's...
He's approaching the point of lockout already.
Yeah.
It's scary to say that, right?
Yeah, it's insane that with IT departments, one of your best ice is
There's the
low
Maw.
turret.
We
It's
got
a
the
very
Maw.
cheapo piece of ice,
Yeah.
but it ends up running Amtrak as a program. That's so sick.
We got the Maw down. We're about to start.
Maw game.
Okay. Yeah, this is good counterplay. Just attack centrals while they're open. Try to trash the ice before he can put it on the board.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's super good right there.
Yeah.
You're not really concerned about his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're... At this point, you're just
I
hoping that he
imagine-
gets to 15 so that you get the click.
Yeah. I don't think he is in the deck, but political operative would have been 6 in this right now. It's a 1 drop,
Yeah.
against the speed, doesn't matter.
HQ was wide open.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the fact that he just wasn't digging that much for cards would probably suggest he doesn't have it in the deck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
also, I mean,
unfortunate.
Moss 3 influence, it's hard to fit stuff in
Yeah.
when you have that much influence on your console.
Totally.
I wonder, what do you think Alex is looking for here? Do you think he looks for some spiky ice?
I think,
to leverage
I think
this
right
IT
now,
department?
he just established his basic defense, so probably all ETR stuff. Now he's looking for the big boys, I think, for his scoring remote.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, something nasty on the remote, and just jam some Niseis, right?
Totally, yeah. And a question for the stream: are those credit tokens a world's participation thing? Is he talking about the chips?
Oh,
No,
the
those
chips.
Those chips. Who made those chips?
Dragoonkin.
Dragoonkin.
Chris, I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, Chris
From
Dragoonkin
Winnipeg, right?
on Slack.
Yeah.
Send it.
Yeah, they're really nice tokens.
Yeah.
Or really nice chips. I think Dan has a copy of these for the stream specifically.
He does. Yeah. A lot of players are using.
A lot of
them.
players are using them because I mean they stack nicely. They're like poker chips in a lot of ways, just very clear to read.
Alright, so we got a full breaker suite on the board.
We do.
Indeed.
Still looking for that source of stealth credits though.
Yeah, need that.
Now,
need
him
that
being
marker.
on Paperclip does mean, theoretically, if he has infinite money, he can break a nasty barrier.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't rely on stealth to get the strike.
Totally.
But again, IT department scales at a better rate than Mobius.
Oh yeah,
So,
far better.
yeah.
Yeah, and especially like the whole exponential thing just gets out of hand if there's an Ag Infusion trash or a Nisei token.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't even started talking about the real Ag Infusion tricks of
Right.
Excalibur, Patty, Nisei token, all the nice plans you have there. It'd be a shame if something happened to him type stuff. So what are the outs for Smoke here? What does Smoke need to do?
Smoke needs like stealth credits ASAP.
Yeah.
Like a Ghost Runner, just like one card, 3 credits right now that isn't in like memory dependent. That's what they need right now. But maybe the other potential thing is check the ice on HQ.
Yep.
Since it's only 1 ice, see if he's going to spend counters on it or not.
Right.
To get some information.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe another Sacon.
Sure.
So if there are trash programs, you can protect against. You can protect against it once.
Right. Yeah.
And then.
It
but I mean,
essentially becomes a breaker for you.
Yeah.
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 Ag is just looking for ice at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean that indexing he discarded earlier.
That would have been a very different game
Yeah.
if he had tried that play.
If nothing else, just get him to res the ice on R&D, right? Get him to spend a little money. Maybe feel a little less secure going for
There
the
it
IT
is. There's
department
the net
so
marker.
fast. Net marker.
All right, that's huge.
So we can just
So we can
farm.
start farming counters.
Right.
There we go.
All right, so we're still going.
Yeah.
How are the comments? Going good?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going.
we're getting some good comments in the chat.
Yeah, Brian Cassidy's got a good point. We need some Palop in here.
Yep.
I don't know if there is one.
I don't know either, man.
If there is one, Smoke should be digging hard for it right now.
We got 3 on Mob, we got 3 on Paperclip.
It's really nice that the vanilla is there because you can do the whole run it.
It's a
boost.
basically farming turning counters. Just with
Yeah,
exactly.
totally, 100%.
Archives is also wide open.
Right now there's only one source of stealth though, so you're only getting 1 network per credit a turn doing that.
Right.
A cloak would be great, but there's not a new for it.
Yeah. Oh no, wait.
No, we got
He has
Moss
one MU.
+2, which just cancels on Mob.
Oh, you're right.
Exactly
Yeah,
one
okay.
memory.
Yeah, counting is hard.
Exactly. We're not doing it. Everyone else has got to do it.
Yeah.
If only he had those Gen Con MU tokens, it'd be way easier to figure out.
Makes it easy to do the math, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not clear. I didn't look at the standings too closely. I don't know what either of these players needs to have a shot at top 16.
Yeah, I don't know, unfortunately.
We're seeing some debate in the chat that it might be Alex might need a sweep, but he might just need a win and a time to win.
No, sure.
But I mean, it's Worlds. Both of these players are looking to win both of these games. The stakes are high.
I'm really surprised we're not seeing more drawing on the runner side.
Yeah.
We really need that other source of stealth.
Yep.
The smoke monster's not going to cut it right now.
Nope.
Interesting.
Make it even deeper. Probably that might be a threat into his ice in terms of like not just end the run.
Yeah.
That's probably why he added that. I don't think it's a counter thing at this point. I think it's more of need some nasty stuff, so you can't necessarily do the whole farming thing.
Right. You can do it to archives.
Sure.
I mean, maybe he throws ice on archives, but that's a lot of ice.
Right.
Maybe he's just saying it's going to be really punishing to ever try to trash this IT department. I'm not just going to end the run. I'm going to end your game.
Yeah.
Right.
And now he starts building scoring.
Because Andre was getting him to spend 1 or 2 tokens a turn off the IT department.
Yeah, he was able to do that. I mean, he's at the point on IT department. Oh, okay,
we're doing it.
He's on a bunch of credits.
There's that
There's
rotor
a
we were talking about earlier.
That's bad. That's bad.
So where do we go from here?
Doesn't have enough stealth to get up. Well, how many counters on IT department right now?
It appears to be, it's either 9 or 10.
That's bad.
That's a bad
That's
number.
really bad. That's not a good number for Smoke.
So that SACCON's pretty much gone.
I have to take care of something.
Okay.
When the round ends and if you just want to go to just you guys talking instead of just this table, you just click on this
Large
and it'll
screen.
transition you to the scene where it's just your camera.
Okay,
Sounds
perfect.
good.
Thanks. Okay, so has he spent counters? I missed if that happened.
I believe he did, yeah.
Okay, so boosting this roto turret,
Boosting it again.
boosting again. I think that bumps it up 18 strength if he was on 10. That's enough that Smoke. Yeah. Yeah, we see a shake of the head from Andre.
At least
So
at this
has
point,
to
he's
be
only
bye-bye
losing a
SACCON.
SATCON.
Yeah, this has to be bye-bye SACCON. Still relatively rich on Alex's side. Still has 12 credits after this res, so. And SACCONs. Yeah. Oh, and that's the gross thing about IT department. It isn't just the run. It isn't like you can't get him to spend credits and then go back and make him spend credits again and then go back.
They're parked
It
there.
stays the whole turn.
Yeah.
I think he wants to check HQ here. I mean, he has the SACCON going. And the fact that he put rotor turret on the remote suggests to me that he probably doesn't have anything on HQ.
It might be time for high variance
He kinda
plays
just-
though. He's
he
a
kinda-
huge underdog.
Totally, yeah.
He was the ag player was holding onto a piece of ice for when he saw them all come down.
Right,
And
right.
then- So it's probably something he knew and he wanted there.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
curious
do you
to see
think,
what that
do you
is.
think HQ or R&D is the right call right now?
I think HQ is.
I mean, odds are pretty high. He's seen at least one agenda this game,
Right, it's been a
and
bunch
we
of
haven't
turns.
seen anything go out of HQ.
0 strikes for both players, no points.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
Well, I mean,
Grind.
we have enough IT department counters that it's kind of like 7 points potentially.
Alex is running like 3 Vidogames.
Yeah. Okay.
We're at a point now where if either of those unread pieces of device is a coding and Andre runs them,
Yeah.
it's game over.
That's it.
And so like,
Already blew one of the SACCONs. Already blew one of the SACCONs with that res.
Well, I mean, the thing is, even SACCONs don't matter because, like, say you SACCON 2, you lose a breaker.
Yeah.
And then you can't run any unread device because
Right.
you lose 2 to
Yep.
coding.
Right.
Yep.
There
we
it
go.
is.
We'll see. This may just be game.
Yikes.
All the pieces of bullshit part, pieces strike part, 45 minutes.
Yeah, why Hellhound servers when you could just add 2 department?
Who needs to be great? I mean, like, if all the puns that were wrong is just like, loads of bullshit ways that pieces.
yes, exactly. Underneath
Red cheese, patch.
Because that'd be even more about just keep adding subroutines as well. So that you can get into the system.
Oh Lord.
This seems really bad, right?
Yeah.
So if you're Ag Infusion here, if you're Alex here, you trash the breakers.
Heck yeah. He kind of doesn't matter. Remember, we talked about the whole exchange rate. Like,
Yeah.
if he has all this money and no breakers,
I mean, and you trash, even though the stealth breakers are in some ways kind of irrelevant, Paperclip can just come back.
sure.
So you trash the stealth breakers. He's pretty locked out now.
Right, because if you have anything, if you have non-barriers on the inside, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy. An Enigma.
Oh, wow.
Once you score 7 points
OP
at this point.
So it looks like Andre just did have enough money to break
Just
the
enough?
Tithonium.
Wow. Okay. So now has to spend credits on boosting the rototurn.
Yeah, now he's using counters on the roto.
So had enough and 7 left over. I mean, Alex clearly could count his credits. I guess he wanted him to spend down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe just didn't want to dip below a certain number on IT department. Maybe there's some math going on in his head
I had a friend of mine
that we just don't know.
who has not played that or was interested in watching it. Because it's like that guy who's playing that blue dude seems to be drawing a lot of cards.
It is IT department.
I'm like,
That is IT department.
This game so far has been IT department.
He's a magic guy. He's like, how are they drawing all these cards?
Install advanced IT department is a strong play.
Yeah. Why would you advance agendas? That's dumb.
What's an agenda?
Right, exactly.
Said the man in the floral print shirt and the flannel jacket.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. HQ could be loaded, but
Yeah, it's gotta be.
you can't run it, right? You just get Ag Infusion into Tithonium and you get wrecked again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean,
wow.
this is kind of a.
we got-
okay.
We got the IT
Wow.
department.
Wow.
Next turn has got to be smacking Opus. I think. Oh, just going.
Wow.
Do you
Yeah, he
just
has
you
no money.
throw him into the Tithonium? Yeah.
That was.
Ouch.
Oh, he just
Oh,
hit his head.
he
Like,
sees the-
I have proof.
That's the handshake.
All right, there we
All
go.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's. I mean, this game just shows off the power of IT department,
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy. Like, we didn't even get to the scoring server part.
Right.
That's
No.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Oops. But it works really well in Ag Infusion, right? Because they've got all the Ag Infusion tricks to keep you out for a turn.
Yep.
And once you're out for a turn,
That's it.
it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be Speedy Gonzalez.
Yep.
So you can't do that.
Which, I mean, not to go back to the same play, not to nitpick the same play again, but throwing away that indexing early seemed maybe the wrong play.
Yeah.
Because that, at the very least, you could try to find the agendas.
Or
And
even
it was-
hit the IT department.
Right, it was a bad beat to hit the IT department with exactly 3 credits.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, shuffling up. Game.
It would have
Okay.
been. It would have been interesting though to see if he had not run HQ there, if he had just taken the money, and then if Alex had not had another IT department in hand, there could have been a game.
Yeah, totally.
There could have.
Yeah, I think they just want to ensure they get full.
Get a game.
Game 2.
Yeah.
Full game 2, yeah.
That would because that game would have gone on forever.
Yeah, totally.
He had a SatCon on the table, but it got blown by a Reddit turret a few turns ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now we have a matchup between Alex is on Haley and Andre is on CI.
Andre's on
Don't know
CI.
what type of CI.
It'll be interesting to see what flavor he's chosen.
I think we talked about this the other day. Running HQ against CI, super good early because you just get the information. What type of CI are they?
Right, exactly.
Sometimes even just seeing a piece of ice can tell you that.
Oh, and we've got a Haley.
Yeah.
from Alex
All
here.
right.
Let's see what the.
No, what do y'all think about this matchup?
That's a bull.
knowing only what these players do right now, what do you think about this matchup?
I think if Alex can threaten Plot early and/or a tool like, I know there's been talk of like that whole Houdini thing, or also just like
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. You know, Netrunner cards.
Do we know is the list Alex is on Da Vinci?
I don't know that, but I believe a lot of the folks from England were doing that. In their decks.
The UK guys were on Da Vinci.
Yeah.
So that makes if this is brain rewiring, it makes that a very rough matchup because they can clot sack on at instant speed.
Exactly.
If they have the Da Vinci down, they can double sack on clot at instant speed.
Yeah.
And for brain rewiring specifically, having enough money to purge multiple times during the combo turn is very hard.
Yeah,
They have a pretty tough upper limit on their credit pool.
Yeah.
And that's even without Rising Ice.
One of the decks we were like seriously testing had Donut in it, 2 of it, for the
That's
CI
4
matchup.
influence of Donut.
Yeah. I mean,
That is spicy.
You drop a donut against the CI.
Alex did take the
Alex
first
did
game.
win.
Andrew conceded.
All right. So let's hop right into it.
Donut could be some spicy tech in that Kim deck that's only resources in place, no operations.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. All right.
Donut.
So we had a
gamble and we're running HQ.
Cool.
And we got an FCOM. That's
FCOM.
huge. Rips.
That would be thy rips.
0 information given.
Yeah. Jokes on Alex. Take an agenda, but you didn't learn it.
Oh!
0 information given.
No, this does change the game entirely, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and we got the
All
call up
win.
down. Oh, that's
MCA. Gonna have to. Wow.
that is a strong
That is
turn
a
one.
This is
strong opener.
Haley's in an extremely good position now.
Wow.
Being on 4 points against CI.
All right, we got
is
ultraviolet.
Yeah, that is.
Let's see if we get
awesome.
some ice for HQ here.
great. Yeah.
Insanely good. Insanely good.
Yeah, we got a couple pieces of ice there.
Yeah,
We
just
could-
deciding what to
so-
put down.
Corpse definitely looking for UVC if they can. All right.
Okay,
wow.
decides signaling
Interesting.
that he has nothing in HQ.
I did see a food in his hand, so
Or maybe not signaling nothing in HQ, signaling you have 4 points in. It's more important for me to just go for a remote play.
yeah.
Signaling desperation mode.
2 for 2
Yeah.
on rips.
All right.
Ooh, 2 for 3 ain't bad.
Still no information given.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, you're playing purple cards too. That's great.
Alex with a good play. He's dropping the fan sight so that if Andre does rush something out.
It's absolutely insane the speed here.
Yeah.
Coming out of Haley, like so many tools and econ.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Really, really good
It's
stuff.
really beautiful.
Not even a Proco down yet, so this is just clicking to draw.
Right.
It's getting the job done. People, the core set actions are there for a reason. You should use them.
Yeah, that's a good reason to read the instruction manual.
Yeah. Quick to make a run has been the best action so far this game.
Yeah.
It's a bold strategy, Mike.
Yeah. See if it pays off.
Checking it.
Oh, we got the
Jeeves.
G.
Okay, so Jeeves.
Bunch of Jeebers.
Trashing
Takes
it.
that.
Gotta do it.
That gives
more
some
towards-
information.
Right, I think that's
Yeah.
much more scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though
Brain-
a Jeep
brain
split,
rewire
a
is
Jeep
not on
split
Jeeves.
can, well, a lot of lists are, but he might be on a list that still has it. Because it can, it gives you a quick during the combo turn, which isn't terrible.
Yeah.
But a lot of the lists I saw that were on rewiring just don't have the slots for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like
100%.
it's either Jeeves and you have no currents, or you have currents and don't completely die to employee spec.
Oh well, he could have G's if he's on the contract killer version of the brain rewire.
Could be. Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Plays a violet level. That card is gross.
Very good.
Spoke with Michael Boggs a bit earlier, and he said CI seems
we've got the
pretty
Procon.
strong right now, and I agree with that. Just being able to get full value from the clearances is such a
it's
strong
insane.
play.
Dropping the Procon, drawing 3 times.
Yep. So just getting his setup there.
And we are
Right
pitching
now,
the
he's
misdirection.
in a pretty good place as far as setup goes.
Yeah.
He can afford to spend the credits putting down Proco.
Curious to see what Alex's restricted card is here.
Yeah.
Clone
So
chip.
far, there's nothing that puts me firmly in one camp or another.
It's I would guess is that art that's fan site.
Yeah.
Probably Clone Chip.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, Alex Hilson.
Yeah, just for the whole Haley trick and like if he has other hardware, it's great. Lay
Yeah,
2 down,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, Haley specifically loves clone chips.
Totally.
Ooh, we've got
it's
an upgrade
another
on
way to
R&D.
get clock from hand.
Right, exactly.
So we've got an install behind the ice, a new remote, and an upgrade in
Upgrade in
R&D.
R&D.
Upgrade. So that's what
Do
do
we
we
think
think?
Christian?
Ash, Alheim,
Christian or Ash?
Barney.
Oh yeah, I could.
Barney.
Yeah, Stinson, duh.
Dustin Son.
Barney Stampson?
Oh yeah.
So there are actually quite a few upgrades it could be.
100%.
My buddy yesterday did or I think it was a King of Servers. Oh, what did he just drop there? I can't see what that is.
Info sifting.
Is that info sifting? All
Info
right.
sifting blind into HQ with no ice.
Wow.
Hashtag it's happening.
This could end the game. We saw a GFI. If there's another in HQ, he could choose to 50-50 rather than putting him on 6 points.
I think you go 50-50 here.
Well,
Play to win.
yeah, you're a very aggressive player.
What are you talking about?
You want Andre to push his luck here.
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay, so he picks that pile, shuffling up, choosing the order.
Mogo.
CVS, purge. Good,
Trash
good,
it.
good time to purge if you're
Disposable.
Alex.
Disposable HQ.
Does that trigger during info sifting? Does it interrupt?
Oh my
You're an
info-
access. Yeah, you're accessing. Yeah. Wow. The memes are real, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Holy cannoli.
That's spicy.
That was beautiful.
Yikes.
Well, so he leaves himself to Stinson.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's on 7. Alex is on 7.
Yeah. Leaves himself to Stinson in case Alex dips below. And Alex chooses not to trash, thinking there may already be a Stinson on the board. I think that's a wise choice. So we see.
Install triple ADV.
Yep.
Wow, that was spicy.
Well, no, that was already installed. So we res Jeeves and we installed 3 times, and I think he's
Right.
deciding what to do with this final click here.
Yeah, maybe deciding if this is a Vitruvius, deciding if he wants a counter on it.
I think-
is my
I think you
thought.
definitely
You
want the
definitely
counter.
do CVS
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah. It seems good to me.
Yeah.
But he may be thinking, I need to ice HQ
Sure.
with the last click.
No, he's going
chooses
for
to-
it.
Whoa, and passing it.
Interesting.
Bold choice.
Wow.
He's saying, come and get this.
Yeah, daring him to be able to break this ice.
Which is probably going to
I mean,
involve...
Vitruvius with 1 counter is good. Vitruvius with 4 counters is even better, right?
Right. Simple math.
That lets you get back clearances and still have the CVS also. Or you can even bank some of them. You don't have to spend them all at once.
Also, Stinson gets trashed to get it right back.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, so
you only
trashing
need
Stinson
one
becomes
biotic to
difficult.
combo off if you have a
Oh,
million
that too.
Vitruvius
Well,
on
too.
yours.
That too.
Yeah. So finding out what this ice is kind
Card
of
under
important.
Polop is a fan
Fan
site.
site. Yeah, fan site is that card. 2 Satcons down already for Haley, so.
Oh, there we go.
2 breakers.
Yep.
Well,
Well, you know.
threatening the clot.
Yeah.
Or
Is that a clot? That's a clot in the bin, correct?
that is a
yes.
clot in the bin.
So my guess was definitely no.
Definitely clone chip.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're doing a celery.
I guess.
Celeb gift.
This is a very different
This
different
is-
CI list.
This is spicy. I like this.
So we got Jeeves.
I mean, celeb gift out of
We got Jeeves, Hedge Fund, Barney, a couple other cards that he probably already knew about.
I may have seen the Mogo again since they already showed him that
True.
on the info sifting. Yeah, I like celeb gifts. You can show them the unimportant cards.
Archive
so this gives him a G split
for
for
Ultraviolet.
UVC.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do that next time.
Now
we get an extra click from
advance.
G's to advance
Yes.
it.
Is it a G?
And we got
it's
the
a
GFI.
fruit. Okay, it wasn't a
So we
Vitruvius
get,
at all.
we get the fan site to play
Yeah,
some
yes,
scoring
tricks.
25 free combo is so nice.
Now you only have to score 4 points.
Yep.
Exactly.
But scoring it through SatCon, double SatCon, and plot is difficult.
Well, Alex has to get his clone chip here,
He does.
and he might not have one. Oh no, he does have one.
I'd be
He has
surprised
one.
if he binned the plot without clone chip in hand.
Yeah, of course. Silly comment by me. Spoiler alert: I'm not a great Netrunner player.
I mean, none of us are in front of the camera right now, so. Not to put myself on blast, but.
All right,
Running HQ.
let's see what we got. 10 cards?
Finds a hedge fund.
Dang.
It's a
Oh,
beautiful,
hedge fund.
beautiful full art hedge fund.
Oh yeah.
It's a good
Hunting
find.
grounds. Interesting.
There we go.
What's the hunting grounds for against CI? It doesn't
He's
stop Shigar.
Loki.
Yeah.
Loki.
Loki.
Okay,
He's
Loki.
worried about a
So
Loki.
in a pinch, you can just run through it by trashing your hand over and over.
That's actually a good. That's a really great play by him because he saw the Mogo, so he knows he's probably on the Mythic Ice.
Totally, yeah.
Kinda true. Again, like you have to have a hand to run through Loki.
Yep.
Sure.
Then again, you're only doing it once per turn because hunting grounds is once per turn.
All right, so we're popping the SMC for the Tapworm. That's going to be great value.
Oh
That's
yeah.
super meaty. That's just credit for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, if
And even more now.
if Andre figures out how to combo off this turn,
Well,
we
he
don't
won't
have a clone
anymore.
chip on table.
He won't anymore. Well, no clone chip on table, but there is a fan site and 2 agendas, so you can find a clone chip at instant speed.
No, but he doesn't have.
And quad. At
He
instant
doesn't.
speed.
He doesn't have the artist colony down.
Oh,
He's got the
you're
fan.
right.
He's got the
No,
fan
you're
side
right.
scored, but he's got no way to.
Andre
man.
either wants
Yeah.
to combo like right now or
Oh, but
jam
he's-
behind a remote. Like
he's-
add an ice and just jam it.
Yeah.
Instead, he just opts for clearances. Yeah, you're right. He may have had a window
That was a big window.
Yeah.
I guess unfortunately he couldn't do it.
Yeah, probably just he might not have had the 4 points in hand.
Right.
Or not enough biotics.
Yeah, I think if you're Alex here, you're pretty much drawing for clone chip and SMC just to get your other stuff or artist colony.
Yeah,
All
artist
right,
calling
running
clone
and
chip
trash in the
SMC.
Jeeps. That's a
That's smart.
Good
Yeah.
shout.
Jeeves, the free biotic is always good.
And he's got the Polop out, so if Andre's trying to combo with the Jeeves on the table, he can let him take 2 clicks with the same action and then use
And then
the
move.
Polop
Yeah.
to kill the Jeeves.
Everyone's gonna have to play real slow.
And I mean, Polop also is a hard counter to MCA, but at this point, MCA is probably too slow anyway.
All right, we got
See another
Ultraviolet.
clearance. This is just giving him Tapworm money, right?
It is, yeah.
But it's really interesting because I feel like on both sides right now, money is supremely important. It's really the
No,
pieces.
it's the
Yeah, it
pieces.
is.
It's the combo pieces and the agendas on the right because they got ripped early, and it's the bullets and answers on the left. So like,
Yep.
It's really interesting. This is.
What do you think he installs here? Do you think he goes for ice, or do you think he jams?
I think
he
he's,
jams.
I think
You gotta
jamming-
jam.
He's jamming right now.
Come on and slam.
If you're on the Mythic Ice suite,
Welcome to the jam.
you're just gonna jam on this
Yeah.
one. You're gonna say.
Where's the Mogo? Is the Mogo on the remote?
I'd be willing to bet
You
that's
want,
a Mogo.
yeah, you want Mogo on the remote because that's not conditional. If
Yeah.
it's Loki, that's conditional.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mogo on the outside.
Late
Okay,
punch.
here we go.
Loki's
There's the
probably an
clone chip.
R&D.
Yeah.
And he runs.
Interesting.
Ashigaru.
This is not going to be cheap.
Yeah,
No, but he's got-
all that money.
Sure. It's funny because Inti's on the board, so no fetching needed.
It's yeah, and Inti, the unofficial part of Inti is the less important part here.
Totally right.
How many cards are in HQ? We're about to find
We've
out.
got-
I
Well, so
imagine.
we've had 3 clearances, so we can at least guarantee 12.
I believe we're around 16 cards in hand.
Okay. So he's definitely got enough money to break it once.
Yeah.
But potentially a play like an out for Andre here is just jam stuff behind this Ashigar turn after turn.
Right, exactly.
And make him go see it.
I think right now, actually, if you're Alex, you're checking the other routes. You have the tools, and you want to make CI spend some money.
Oh, okay. So he just lets it in the run.
Just bounces.
Explore the other places.
Figures, you know, he's got a clot. Nothing too spicy is going to happen next turn to make him lose.
Presumably.
But if that's an agenda,
he's
going to feel real
weird.
It's, the game gets kind of miserable for Alex if he just has to run through this Ashigar every single turn.
Yeah,
right?
you just play the never advance game.
Or you index them and win.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Cool Ashigaru.
How's this game going?
This game is actually pretty good. We got some good counterplay.
Yeah. Like Haley's close to having.
All right, we're overriding. We're saying, hey, come and get.
We have to never
the
advance
fan
play.
site Shadownet film?
Looks like
We
it,
haven't
because
seen
we haven't
seen Shadownet yet.
We haven't seen Shadownet,
But we've got a
seen
fan
Artist
site
Colony, but
ready.
We do have a fan site.
No artist colony?
Not yet.
We don't know which
it's
one.
Probably the Shadownet.
It might be on both. Yeah. Like they're both good for Haley. I mean, instant speed installs are fantastic for Haley.
And instant speed test runs for no money to get femmes is great.
I think it's got to be Artist Colony because Alex is playing a very controlled.
It makes sense to be on both, right? Because they both give you different elements of control. Yeah. Being able to just click for 9 credits late game lets you get through a server they think you couldn't.
True. But if he's on Tapworm,
Alexa.
I don't know.
Tapworm usually doesn't last this long.
Also, if you're playing both, like with best defense,
here we go.
One's probably going away. You take backup. So
that's pretty good. Excalibur means indexing on R&D never lands unless you have a
break.
Yeah, you have to break.
Catman Jones or Overmind. Man,
oh, we've got a
Chrysium grid. It was a Chrysium.
Well, that's gotta
Trashes
go.
Yep.
Shows him a card. It's
no rips.
Cool.
The Rips have abandoned him. They were with him early, but the Rips are no longer with him.
Hitting that, dang it, what is it called? What's that upgrade that he hit?
Oh, disposable HQ. What a piece of tech that is. Yeah.
It's a wonderful card too.
Yeah.
It's so good. And, like, it has to happen. There's no. Yeah, that's on access. It's not like you can even follow up it or anything.
All right. Kitchen and nanotech.
Yeah, not sure how relevant it is with this ice suite.
Yeah.
CI draws. Let's see if this was an ever advance or if it was yet another ruse.
Ruse cruise.
You've been taken on a cruise of ruse, my friend. He's thinking. Not sure how many are in HQ. May be worried about dipping below a certain number, but at the same time, he's got
he's
got
on
a lot
24
of money here. Yeah. 3 credits seems like a small price to pay for being on 5 points.
24 credits to get. He could go off here. Or, well, no, he's worried about the clunching. Oh, no, he's going to try something.
He's going for Biotic.
He's going to try something.
I mean, is it another GFI? And he's thinking, like, should I...
Oh, is it a common server?
No, it's an over-advanced
Vitruvius.
Vitruvius. That's a good play.
That's good.
No, he's going to lose a few cards from HQ, it looks like.
Yeah.
So he was just deciding, is it worth it for the counter?
Yeah.
And my thought is
totally is.
Yeah. Vitruvius counters are so...
Oh, maybe he's good on cards.
Oh,
he could be.
He might have just been counting to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Now Resin House is going to hurt him a little because he's only on 16.
Why would Alex not have... Oh, because it was installed previous turn. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah, clock doesn't do anything there.
Yeah.
It gives him a chance to purge, that's all it does.
Yeah.
Now, notably, Bioticing also denies Alex some Taproom credits. Not that that's really an issue here.
Got an Atman install.
Okay.
It's an Atman 2.
Atman 2.
Scorpion Blade. Probably going for a big old R&D run.
Yeah.
There we go, indexing.
But I thought Excalibur was strength 3.
Oh, is it 3?
It's 2 res.
Oh, it's 2 res 3. Okay.
So is it an
Oh
Otman
yeah,
3?
it is a strength. It must be a strength
Otman
3.
Goofed.
Placed on a Gordian just in case of Fairchild.
And there's a Mogo.
So that is a strength 4 barrier. He can break this.
Yep.
It's not super efficient to do so, but he can break this.
Yeah.
And then we have a Mogo.
Also a strength 4 Grail, for what it's worth.
Yep.
I'm not sure what's going on here. I guess he
I
just
think
let
he's
that end the
decide-
run.
Yeah, okay. Didn't want to spend... I mean, is he on 16 as well right now?
Wow, he's spending the clone chip to get an SMC.
Okay.
We're going to get
that's
a
what he's
lady.
going for.
We're
Yeah.
going to get a lady.
He wants to break this more efficiently.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Inti's really expensive for this. And Alex is no longer on infinite money, so...
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, you just go all in on this one.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
probably
man,
has. This is first click, I believe. So he's
Right,
still
yeah.
got a clone. He must have a clone chip in hand. He's
It's-
ready.
Yeah, he could, probably a crunch of that. I mean, he may also have been, he may have been waiting on an indexing play until he had indexing Maker's Eye ready, or indexing Mad Dash ready. Yeah.
Well, Patrick, he may have another.
I mean,
clone chip in hand,
even an
too.
artist colony, is
colony.
a soft clone chip. So
Yeah. We're going back.
he goes back, finds a
We
Vitruvius,
got a Vitruvius, and that's game.
and gets it. All right.
That a
Out
point.
of police.
Way to go, Alex.
Alex got a sweep there.
Yep.
Alex got
got
the
the sweep
sweep.
there. So
That seems pretty good.
yeah, good games by both.
Yeah, really good games.
I think we saw the power of both strategies on Alex's side that round.
Oh
pretty
yeah.
clearly.
Yeah. That IGT department does work.
I think Martin is gross.
It's basically just like, do I want to keep doing math for the next half hour, or do I concede?
Well, it's also just
Did my stuff get trashed?
at a certain point, can you afford to not face check? You can get to a point against IT department where you can never ever make runs against that confusion.
Definitely. I'm interested in why he conceded, even though he had trashed that IT department. I feel like he could have gone on there.
Maybe had no way to get his breakers back.
Right, the other ones.
I mean, he
Right.
wasn't on clone check, so.
Right. Yeah.
And Otman does nothing against IT department if he finds a second one.
I mean that run on HQ before he had used his ag infusion ability, that was his huge mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked in the second game that play where he just let Ashigara fire, and then he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna win on centrals.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's
a smart move.
Yeah, I think they both played it well that second game at the end, where Ashigaru is a punishing amount of money to spend.
Yeah.
So playing the never advance game is the way to go there, I think, if you're a CI, because you're 3 SACons on the table, you're never, ever, ever going to fast advance an agenda.
No.
And then indexing. Indexing wins games.
Wow, cool card.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah.
Really, really well played by Alex there.
Yeah. Cool play by both. Congrats to Alex.
Sweet.
Seems like it might be in top 16 with that sweep.
Yeah,
I believe- oh, yeah.
that looks really, really
For
I
sure.
wasn't sure what record he was on before this, but yeah. So congrats to him on top 16. If that
Yeah,
is the case.
I think we were seeing that he was on. He was only on 3 losses.
Oh yeah, he's
Maybe
definitely in there.
maybe 4.
Yeah,
So
he's almost certainly in there.
yeah, definitely. All right.
Nice.
Thanks
well,
for watching at home.
Yeah, thanks for
I'm not
watching.
sure. I'm not sure if Code is going to get top 16 games.
I
or
hope he
not.
does. I hope they let him.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, dude.
All right. Yeah, we'll see y'all later.
I'm gonna go spend some tickets on the prize wall.
Everybody, we're going to be back with losers bracket games after a short break. We'll see you soon.